how to actually start up a business anywhere in the world. All right. Whether you're in America, you're in Asia, you're in Africa, you're in Europe, the principle are universal. It's just the application that contextual and is geographical. First thing I would tell anyone who want to start up a business is not getting a capital. No. The first thing you want to get a skill set. You want to know about that business. How much do you know about that business? Yeah, recently I've been getting a lot of messages on my WhatsApp, and people reaching out to me to say, Emmanuel, you'll be talking about entrepreneurship, and some persons who are closer and not, oh, you've been in business in Qatar now for 4 years. How easy is it? How possible are you able to do a business in Middle East? And a lot of questions. And I felt okay, I should do these very short videos on how to actually start up a business anywhere in the world. All right. Whether you're in America, you're in Asia, you're in Africa, you're in Europe, the principle are universal. It's just the application that contextual and is geographical. You only want to learn what is applicable or what is needed in that particular region where you are. All right, but every other principles are going to be same. Now, the first thing I would tell anyone who want to start up a business is not getting a capital. No, the first thing you want to get a skill set. You want to know about that business. How much do you know about that business? Now that you are into you are a chef, in a restaurant, doesn't mean you can run a catering services successfully. You may be very good at your cook, at your crafts, but you need to learn the business of the crafts. All right, because in opening a restaurant, you are not going to have to be in the kitchen. You need to learn how to manage customers, customer relationship. You need to learn how to serve. You need to learn, how to manage your waiter and waitresses. So you're going to learn a lot of skills, financial management. So it's not just enough to know how to cook. That's not what's going to make you, a good catering service provider. You need to learn the business of cooking, not just the skill of cooking. So that's what I mean when I said learn the skill set. You want to learn, the skill in that particular business. You want to learn, what are some of the, sometimes the best way to learn this is to get a mentor, get people who have been in this business, let them mentor you, let them take you by hand. You can actually not do it alone. All right. You want to get a mentor to take you by hand and show you how to get, started on any business you want to do. Now, the next thing you want to do, in starting up a business is that, having, gotten this key set, you want to make sure that you are determined, to take it through. Now, I'll tell you the truth, right now from the beginning, that it's not going to be an easy journey. Sometimes it's going to be times where you're going to feel so lonely, you're going to be alone all to yourself. As a matter of fact, I think that's where the quote came, mind your business. It's going to be time where you have to make sure you nurture that business and you allow it to grow. As an entrepreneur, you must see yourself, you must be yourself, and you must ensure that you know yourself. All right. So these are things you must, have as qualities that will allow you or help you to scale better, even in any business or in any region where you want to set up your business. Now, another thing I want to say, about, starting up a business is that you want to actually go and start the business. Yes. Stop talking about it. You want to now go and start the business, because the best way to start is by starting. If you want to start, or to learn how to swim, the only way to learn how to swim is to go swimming. The best way to learn how to cook is to start cooking. So stop talking about it. Stop procrastinating about it. Check, you talked about this last year. and you just added another year. You keep celebrating your birthday, and yet you have still not been able to start. What is holding you back? Or you think it's the government regulations? It's same everywhere in the world. It's just the names and the procedures that are different. All right, they've got regulations everywhere. You just need to understand how it works. Like I've told you earlier, if you have a mentor, some of the things will be as easy as A, B, C. If I ask you today, who is actually your mentor? If your mentor is a professional working in a particular field or so, and you want him to mentor you on how to start a business, you may need to actually get another mentor. You keep him as a professional mentor, but you need a mentor in that business that you want to do. I'm going to be doing another episode on how to start a business in Qatar. You want to wait for that episode? Of course, let me know what you think and what your inputs are and what you want me to do next as far as business is concerned. The next thing I want to talk about in now that you start a business, you want to delay gratification. So you want to make sure you delay gratification when you start a business. Because when you start a business, one thing that happens is you're going to start having, cash flow. They call it revenue. And one of the major challenge with revenue, it could be very, very deceitful. Revenue is not profit. All right. And most of young entrepreneurs easily miss this up. And each time they get a revenue, they pull it out, use it for something. And before you know, you starve the business to death. All right. Now you definitely get revenue, maybe on the depend on the kind of business you are doing. And inside this, your revenue or whatever you want to call, your sales, or you want to call it, your inflow or whatever, you're going to have your costs. All right. You're going to have, whatever cost it is, whether your product cost, your running cost, your operation cost, they're going to be cost. So it's after you've deducted all your costs. Now, whatever is left, you cannot call a gross profit. Now you still don't have a net profit yet. So the challenge most time is most of our business or entrepreneurs don't have a basic knowledge on accounting. You mustn't have to be an accountant to do a business. You may actually want to hire one, but even when you don't have money to hire one, it's just a simple mathematics. You know that what you sold, you actually bought it at a cost, and you didn't just spend that cost to buy. There were other costs surrounding that particular product that you sold. So the money you sold that is not just your money. So stop spending it. That's where the problem lies. You've just now, let's say you go into a dealership. You've just sold a car, for certain millions, and you think that's your money. That wasn't your money. You bought that car, you feared that car, you did some cleaning on that car, you did some detailing on that car before you sold it out. So all these add up to your costs. And then it is when you take out your total cost from the revenue you've gotten, that's when you don't have your net profit. Even in that your net profit, there must be some part of that net profit that will plan for the future of the business, for expansions. So you've got a lot of things to do in working out the figures. So delaying gratification, it's the only way your business can grow or you can scale. I heard a story from a mentor of mine, Dr. Apoke, Dr. Charles Apoke. He said, he is a minister of the gospel. So he went to minister somewhere and they gave him on a radio and they gave him a goat, or a live goat, a she goat for that matter. And what happened? He said there were actually two ministers that went for that event. One of them took the goat home, killed it for Christmas, and they enjoyed. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if Dr. Apoki ate from the goat of his friend, but he didn't kill his goat. All right, he kept the goat alive. And guess what? He went to the market and bought an he goat. 2 years later, he was already having farm of goats. He was already having farm of goats. Why? Because the goat now begin to multiply. Now, for every income that comes into your business, it still has the present, it has to pay for the past bills, and it has a future in it. So don't eat the future of the business by taking up the income of the business to start feeding your lifestyle. All right, changing your clothes, changing your wardrobe, changing your cars. These things are wonderful, but if you allow the business to grow, you will actually feed or fund your lifestyle in a long while. All right. So I'm going to be talking about doing a business, in Qatar in my next episode. But before that time, I want to ask you, have you actually subscribed? What are you doing here? Oh, I see. You came to tell them about Emmanuel Inspired TV, right? Oh, yes. Now I know why you are here. Please, just listen to him. Help a friend. All right. It's not going to hurt you. Just click follow. All right. click the notification button, subscribe. All right, it's not going to cost you anything. You have a YouTube, you have a Gmail already. That's why you are here, right? Just click that subscribe button, share it to a friend. It doesn't hurt, all right, and it does not take anything from you, but it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.